Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. So I've really enjoyed today. I feel like you've talked about sort of a pragmatic wearing of this school of thought, philosophy, which really resonates with me, and I'm sure a lot of folks in here. Sometimes where I struggle is when I take it to, I hypothetically put myself in the extremes of the situation, that is the complete disassociation from my ego or from the collective ego. And this arises in some of the work I do with the clients I work with too, where it's, you are not your thoughts. And that, it seems to make a lot of clear sense to me on the negative side of the spectrum. I feel like 90% of today has been about the way we sabotage and destroy ourselves. But on the positive side of the spectrum as well, it's a little more ambiguous for me. I think more ambiguous in terms of what I desire. My girlfriend's in the room, and she can probably attest that I've become not the world's best gift receiver, because I feel a sense of sort of neutrality, like a calm joy, but I'm not ecstatic, or like I have a thought like, this is awesome, be exuberant. Instead I'm like, I am not my thoughts, like this is, and in the present moment, this is nice.
I think she should get a new boyfriend.
Yeah. Maybe that's the answer. But anyways, on the positive side of things, I sometimes wonder, do I really want to disassociate myself from the volatility of happiness and ecstasy?
Okay, well, there's on the one hand, you have the kind of what is conventionally called happiness, is when something that is considered great happens and you go, wow, wow, yeah, wow. Or sometimes people, at the slightest thing, people are given some object and they go, wow, yeah, and they really feel ecstatically. This is the happiness that is connected with something so-called good happenings around you. Something is given to you, or you attain something, and then there is something deeper that is a sense of, I wouldn't call that happiness, although in some spiritual traditions it is called happiness. There's something that's actually deeper than happiness. There's a peaceful sense of, alive sense of joy in the background of your being. And when this, I'm a bit like you too, by the way. But I don't know if that is in the background of your being. But I don't go, wow, when things happen, or I attain something, or something is given. I appreciate, it's nice, but if it disappeared the next moment, it would be okay too. So there is something deeper, that what we call happiness, because if you're happy one day, you may be unhappy the next. Happy, unhappy, happy, unhappy. Something bad happens, I'm unhappy, completely unhappy. Something good happens, I'm absurdly happy. Unrealistically happy, because it's not going to last. So there is a deeper sense of joyful beingness, peaceful aliveness. Is that in the background, and therefore you're no longer ecstatic when something so-called good happens, and perhaps no longer that despondent when something so-called negative? Is that also the case? When something is taken away from you, or something so-called bad happens, are you also not as despondent as you might have been in the past?
Yeah, I think so. I feel even keeled.
Yes. Now that's good. Let's not confuse that because some people confuse that with a sense of being like a kind of having deadened yourself to the highs and lows. This is not what we're talking about. And I have met people who have done that, and they don't feel more alive, they feel less alive. And they feel less alive, and they when something good or bad happens, they, oh, well, they kind of deaden themselves to the, or repressing your emotions could be part of that. Eventually you transcend the emotional highs and lows, because there is a deeper level in you where the highs and lows are not that important anymore. You still experience them to some extent, but they don't pull you down completely, and they don't pull you out of yourself completely. So I don't believe you have deadened yourself. You seem quite alive, so...
So the girlfriend should stick with them. So I think that we use the term equanimity, right? Where you don't get lost or try to hold on to the highs. because they're always transient, and you don't get lost and get attached to the lows and think
She's
that's all
running out
there
the
is.
door right now.
I will. She still loves you. She still loves you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say we are out of time. I thank all of you so much for being here. Eckhart, thank you so much. It's been a blessing.
Thank you.